All right, for today's video review, we're going to be taking a look at Masters of the Universe Origins Stinkor. And yeah, this is a pretty cool figure. You can see he's got a nice painted skunk pattern going on his arms and back there. If you're unfamiliar with the original Stinkor toy, basically, his whole central gimmick, because a lot of the original Masters of the Universe toys had like this, kind of central gimmick about their character. His, which I can't really show you, is that he has a physical smell to him. Like, he stinks. He's a skunk man. He's Stinkor. It's not tied to any action feature. Like, literally, it's just like they have a certain kind of like smell pellet that was mixed into the plastic. It's like a patchouli smell, is what they call it. And the one big thing I was wondering about this figure when I got him was how bad is this smell really, and like how pervasive is it. And it's definitely there. Like, if you pull it up to your face, you can smell the plastic, but you like right now, for example, my head's behind the camera, I cannot smell it, right? I'd have to like really put it like within an inch of my nose to smell it, which is good because I don't want to have this figure that's like, yeah, it's a cool gimmick that it smells or whatever, but I don't want to put it on a shelf and have it stink up the whole room. Then I would sooner rather just like want to leave it in box, which I don't generally do when I display my figures. So I'm happy that the smell doesn't actually like, fill up a space. It doesn't really emanate from him. It's just if you smell him, you can smell it, and it's not a terrible smell. It's like a little bit unpleasant, but that's good though, because like really, for collectors, I don't want to put this guy on a shelf with my other figures and then have like my whole Masters of the Universe figure like display smell. And for like if you're getting it for a kid, for parents' sake, you don't want the figure to just smell, because like why would you buy your kid a toy that is just like unpleasant to have around? But other than the smell, he's a pretty typical Masters of the Universe Origins figure. In terms of articulation, his head is on a ball joint here. It's on like two ball joints like they all are, where it's like, a little piece that has a ball joint on each end, and then the socket in his neck, and then the socket in his head. So for him, I mean, you don't get a tremendous amount of like extra movement out of that, but obviously rotation and tilt. The arms can rotate just like that and rotate out to the side. He's got a rotation at the elbow. The elbow can bend a little bit under 90 degrees. The hands here can rotate, and they have that separate hinge there. It's got a waist cut. The hips are on ball joints, so you can bring them forward that much, back that much, out to the side. He rotates at the knee pretty much, and then can bend about 90 degrees at the knee. It's got that rotation joint at the boot, which again, with a lot of these figures, I don't think looks particularly good unless you have it like straightforward, because then it looks like, it makes it more obvious that his leg really just ends right there. And then the feet can rotate forward and back, and then they can rotate, which is sort of tied to the ankle tilt. So it rotates at a bit of an angle. So like when you rotate it, it also is slanting it as well. So pretty typical. I mean, the whole gimmick with this guy is just that he smells. So like, he doesn't have like extra like weird bits in terms of the action features and stuff like that. Here he is with nope, that's not Skeletor, that's He-Man. Here he is with He-Man and Skeletor, just so you can see what he looks like with the two main guys there. Here he is with the Masterverse He-Man and Skeletor. For some standard size comparisons, here he is with a deluxe Transformer and a pop vinyl, just so you can see how he stacks up there. Here he is with Webstore, which is one of his wave mates. He's the only other one in the wave that I have. I'm not getting the other two figures. Just these were the only two that I wanted, so they look good together. Here he is with the Eternia Minis Stinkor, just so you can see what they look like together. And then last but not least, here he is with the original merman from Origins, because they did the two mermen, the one that looked more like the cartoon and the one that was more accurate to the toy. The reason I'm showing them together is because that's where the head sculpt comes from, is the original merman. And I think it suits better as Stinkor, which is why I like the Lords of Power merman better, the one that has a bit more like painted detail and stuff like that, and also a different head sculpt that looks more like the animation model. But if you want to go super toy accurate, they were basically completely the same mold. Aside from the armor and the weapons, they share all the same parts. He comes with his little shield here, which is kind of difficult to get into his hand. Like, I don't even really want to take it out because I had to like really kind of stretch this joint to get it over his hand in the first place. It's not like He-Man's shield where you just like slide it into his hand and clip it over his arm. It actually like has a handle that he's holding on to, and it's not like fitted perfectly for the holding things hand that they have for like usually it's meant for like swords and stuff like that. So I'm not going to bother to take it off. It's fine. It stays on there once you've got it there. It's just like, it's kind of a pain to take on and off. But yeah, I mean, there's not really a whole lot else to say about the guy. That was like, the main question that I had when I got this guy is like, how emanating was the smell going to be? Because like, yeah, I like the design a lot and it's a cool gimmick to have him smell, but I don't really want it. Obviously I didn't want to have like a really stinky figure stinky out my small apartment. So I'm glad that it's like, it's there if you want to experience it. You just have to put it up to your face. And if you don't, it still looks great on the shelf and doesn't, stink up your whole place or whatever. So yeah, that's pretty much all there is to say about them. If you enjoy this video, make sure to leave a like and consider subscribing. I do reviews every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday. And without further ado, here we have Masters of the Universe Origins, Stinkor.